Good morning, one and all. In this lecture, we are going to learn new concept from your chapter, third number chapter, that is about the server object. Now, its name is indicating we are creating the object, we are using the object with some properties at the server side, and it will run on the server. So, these ASP.NET Server object, it is used to access the properties and methods on the server. Now, which class is required? The system.web.http server utility. This is a class. It is used to create different server object methods and use it. Now we will see by one which are the properties of the server object. Now what is in a server object? The object which is used to access the properties and methods on the server. This is in a server object. And what is a class for the server object? Which creates the server object? By using system.web.http server utility class. Now, which are the different properties? One, it is a machine name, and another one script timeout. So you can set a timeout for your particular executing that application for suppose 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, that particular application will get closed out. So you can specify in the seconds that how much time your script should be get executed. It should be live. Another one, machine name. It will specify your server computer name of the server. Now, which are the different methods that you can execute with this server object? One, it is about the create object. You can create an object. Here you have to specify the name of the object that you want to create, and after creating the object, that object will be your server object, and you can use the properties just like a server object. Or the different methods of the server object will be assigned to that new created object. Then next one about the type, it is of the COM type that you can assign for this server object. Then execute once you have created the object, or even server directly you can execute a particular file from your project. Suppose you are having another one ASPX file, just so write down here in this execute as a server dot execute and the name of that particular file. .aspx, then this particular file will be get executed within the same web page. We will see in the program also. So here it is another one, that string and in the form of the boolean that you can pass these values. Then next we will see about the HTML encode decode. So when you are passing this your HTML tags to the web browser, actually it will be get first of all encoded, and then it will be get decoded. Now tags, you know that tags containing some characters as in a less than and the greater than symbol. So this less than will be converted into one address ampersand and LT, and for the greater than it is ampersand and the GT. So, and symbol with this LT and GT. After that, when it is displayed on the web browser, then it will be decoded again into that particular and LT and GT will be get removed, and only the information context will be get displayed. So this is about HTML decode. Map path, it will map your virtual path directory, that file, to a physical path. Means, for example, we are having a web application 2 running on the Visual Studio, but you don't know exactly where that Visual Studio file located. You want to map into the correct that particular file name, the source file, physical file path. Then you can find out the physical file path with the help of the map path function method. Another one, transfer. Transfer, it is used to transfer the execution of your from the current application to any another web page or another application. Now we will see one by one how exactly it works in a theoretically, and later on I will explain you with the help of program how it works. The first one, it is about the creating object. So you can create an object of COM object type created. So you have to do some changes in the configuration of your Windows system, and then you can create an object. If you try to create an object, built-in object, which are the built-in object? Now tell me. Now built-in objects, for example, we have studied that the session, it is one of the built-in object. that with the help of that you can directly create the session items. You can add the session variables. So session and then in bracket, square bracket, you are mentioning the name of the session. Okay, so that session, it is a built-in object. Another example we can take application. Application, it is a another your built-in object. So application, and in that square bracket you are specifying the name of the application that we have seen in the last videos. So these are the built-in object. If suppose you try to create the built-in object already which is present, then it will give an error. So I will show you that how exactly it gives an error. It will give an error that this object is already present and you cannot create that object. So this is okay. So for example, suppose this is for the ASP actually. So if you write down this one as a server dot create object, so just see this focus part, server dot create object application, then it will prompt for the error. Now server dot execute method. Now suppose we want to execute a file, execute any program, then simply write down execute and the file name. If suppose that file is present in your the current directory, then it will call that file and it will be get executed within the same web page. Means suppose execute, how we will write it, server dot execute and in bracket write down the name of that particular file. For example, application example dot aspx, suppose we have written, then application example dot aspx, this file will be get executed with this server dot execute method. This is about the path. Path means you have to specify the full path or you have to specify the virtual path. The next two are about transfer and the map path examples. So transfer, it is used to transfer your web page to another web page. So it is used to redirect, we can say. You know about the redirect, that currently how we are writing the code, response dot redirect, and then in bracket we are mentioning the new web page. In the same way, simply what we have to write over here, server dot transfer, you can see the code over here, server dot transfer, and then in bracket double quote write down new page dot aspx. So what will happen, this code it is used to transfer this current web page to the new page. So this new page dot aspx will get open and you can do the next program, or you can execute that particular aspx file, new file. Okay, suppose you want to transfer to a website, then this method is not useful to transfer with the help of server.transfer. If you try for this one, then it will prompt for the error, because it will give an error that you can't redirect to any website, just you can redirect to a web page, another web page. So just remember that transfer method, it is used to redirect to a web page within your application, but you cannot redirect to another website. Then server dot map path, this is used to convert the relative path to the full physical path. So how to write it? Take a string variable, string object, and in that write down name of the string. For example, physical path is equal to server dot math path, and then write down this info dot text. Now you have to find out that virtual name or the name of the file present in your directory. Then if you try to print that particular file, then it will be given with the full path present on your hard disk. From the, suppose it is present the C drive, then C drive and the next path of that particular file. Now here in this example, they have stored this file name path into physical path, and it is used to open that particular file. Stream reader is equal to new stream reader, and the physical path, it will be get open. So reader dot close, and it will close that particular file. Next, it is about the HTML encode. Just I told you that we are using the tag to store our information and to pass this information from server to the client and client to the server in the help of the HTML. Now, these HTML tags are the less than symbol and the greater than symbol. So this is a less than sign and greater than sign. And when we are writing something over that, this becomes your tag. And after that, between the tags, we are writing our information. So these tags will be interpreted as ampersand LT for less than and ampersand GT for greater than respectively. So that will be get converted whenever you are passing some string. For example, you and me and this one greater than them. If this is your string, then string, another take a string object as HTML encoded is equal to server.html encode. Now this letter of every in that method is the first letter, it is in a capital letter, and even the encode E is in a capital letter. HTML encode text. Now here this text will be input. Now what will be the output? See here, the output will be you and am, then semicolon, me, this for greater than symbol, and GT, semicolon, them. So this ampersand and for and this greater than having address, and that is the ampersand GT and the semicolon. That will be the encoded string. But if you try to run it on your web browser, the web browser again automatically convert into the tag. So if you cannot visualize it on the web browser, so the web browser having the capability to convert this HTML code, decode that HTML code. We will see it in the example. So this is about the server object. So what is a server object? Server object, it is used to access the properties and the methods on the server. Okay, and which is a class? System.web.http server utility is a class is used to handle this server object. Which are the methods? Among that we are going to use create object, execute for particular web page, HTML encode, convert the ordinary string into HTML characters, map path, it is used to convert relative path, virtual path to the physical path, and transfer, you can transfer from current web page to a new web page. So these are the different methods. In example, in Visual Studio, we will see that how exactly this course runs, and with the different using different buttons. In next video we will clear this one. So right now we will stop here, and thank you.